right. Get in here on a Thursday, everybody. This is Good Morning Football, August 27th. Jamie Erdahl, Manti Te'o, and Kyle Brandt. Of course, East Coast, West Coast represented here on GMFB. Guys, we got games tonight.
Yes.
4 preseason games. But, Kyle, I like your jersey. We have one less game to look forward to this football season.
The Pro Bowl is dead. Long live the Pro Bowl. I don't know if you saw the news yesterday, but the NFL has decided to stop with the annual Pro Bowl game. The honor of being a Pro Bowler will still continue in perpetuity, and there will be Pro Bowlers listed, but there will be no game. No tackle game, no flag game, no Pro Bowl games. Listen, you might have liked the Pro Bowl or hated it. This is a big deal. Do you know they've been doing an all-star game of sorts in pro football since the 1930s? And the Pro Bowl game, as we know it, goes back almost 70 years, and it is kaput. It is done. I decided to honor it today by wearing a 13-time Pro Bowler. This is Jerry Rice. I honestly am like a little bit sad about it, and I'm going to go down memory lane of the Pro Bowl later. Funny moments, hilarious moments, and, of course, Brian Moorman moments. So don't go anywhere.
We look forward to that. Yeah, 88 players will now be named to the Pro Bowl. No alternates. That's the big deal because you don't have guys that are not going to show up and then not participate.
Right.
So if you earn your Pro Bowl, that's it. You got it. Your little stars on your chest. We look forward to that, Kyle, on GMFB. Until then, let's focus on one of the games tonight. Lamar Jackson, of course, coming off his first season with a losing record as a starter since he first entered the league back in 2018. The soon-to-be 30-year-old, how's that possible? Lamar's been around longer than that. He's only 30. Is looking for redemption in 2026, and he sounds more motivated than ever to get Baltimore back to its winning ways.
I believe I know, a lot of people know. I was hurt last year too, so I really couldn't do anything like I wanted to, so it really wouldn't put my team in a good position if I was just running hurt. Losing yards, things like that was happening. But whatever it takes to win, that's what I'm all about. And I've always been about that, too. So, yeah.
So you think it'll be more like the previous seasons as far as running the ball?
Whatever it takes to win.
That sounds like a threat. Lamar's like, careful now. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. Yeah. We heard him say it right there. Do whatever it takes. But what is that thing? What needs to be done, Manti, for the Ravens to accomplish what they need to this season to get over the hump?
I know they brought in Declan Doyle, their offensive coordinator, to kind of fix stuff, especially for Lamar. And they're going to put him under center a lot. And it's a lot. It's a tribute to what they used to do before, where they used to run the ball back when the Ravens franchise was first created. But what they have to do, in my opinion, is this pass game, whatever that pass game is for the Baltimore Ravens, that's what needs to come alive for me. When you think about Lamar Jackson, there's a lot of similarities to Josh Allen, where they said he never had a wide receiver one. Matter of fact, his favorite targets were always his tight ends. Well, they go and they pay Zay Flowers. They pay him so much that he's tied for the 4th highest paid wide receiver in the league. And a lot of people would look at that list and be like, well, you're tied with Justin Jefferson. Do you put up Justin Jefferson type of production for your team? Well, numbers may say one thing as far as the production, but what he could mean for the Baltimore Ravens this year as far as his role. He's the most targeted wide receiver, the most targeted pass catcher on their team. I mean, he's been that since he got to the league. Now, the Baltimore Ravens didn't really throw the ball that much, so that's also something to consider. But when you look at the guys on that list, right, he eats a lot of that pie, which is the passing game for the Baltimore Ravens. Now with Declan there, what is that going to look like? Because I don't think we've seen this type of offense for Lamar yet. I don't think we've seen the best of Zay Flowers yet. And if they can get one of those young guys like Jacoby Lane, who's had a phenomenal training camp, to be kind of like the Robin to Zay Flowers' Batman, that offense can take on a whole new look. So I think in order for them to take that next step, to go a little further for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, Kyle, that passing game needs to reinvent itself, and Zay Flowers has to play a big part.
It does. You're all right, and you're all over. The defense needs to be, everything needs to be great. I'm excited by this soundbite by Lamar because it's something I feel like you would stencil on the weight room wall at the Ravens facility, whatever it takes. And doesn't it all start to feel familiar? This season is this sense of desperation, not from everybody. You got Lamar saying, I was hurt last year, I'm going to do whatever it takes this year. You got Joe Burrow sitting there saying, I'm just trying to put it into existence and will it to happen. You got Josh Allen saying, if you keep knocking on that door long enough, it's going to open. All three of these guys know what time it is, especially Lamar and Josh, who are just a little bit older, but all three is like, now. And you know what the funny thing is? At least 2 of them aren't going to win squat this year. Maybe all 3 of them. You know, that's what we're up against. This year feels like it has stakes because we have these star quarterbacks, and a couple of them have brand new coaches because their coach had to go because they couldn't get it done. And then all 3 of them are like, I'm sick of this. I hate this. I'm never going to be more mad than I will be this year if we don't win the Super Bowl. And again, at least 2 and possibly 3 aren't going to win it. For Lamar, I don't know. I have a lot of memories of John Madden calling games. And there used to be this kind of a water cooler debate about why does Michael Vick run so much? He's going to get hurt. He needs to be a passer, this and this. And John Madden on the air used to be like, what the hell do you mean he shouldn't run? Of course he should run. He's an incredible runner. Run. If Lamar was hurt last year and Lamar's hurting that maybe he's slowing down and his numbers were down, I would love like this incredible 1,300-yard rushing season from Lamar. Just let it unloose. Why not? Do it. Whatever it takes. I would love design runs. I know it's an injury risk. He's trying to do whatever it takes. I would be amused right now before the opener. Lamar said, you know what I'm going to do in practice today? I'm going to run a 40. And everyone is invited. And get your stopwatches out because I didn't want to run one at the combine. And most of my 40 times are only myths. I'm going to run a 40 right now. And I'm going to clock 4.39 at my age. And I'm going to show you guys how fast I am and how much I'm going to run this year. Lamar's got this cool attitude where he's like kind of a little bit sick of some crap. It's as you get a little older, that tends to happen. So we need the best possible Lamar. We've already seen Lamar MVP twice, and it hasn't been enough. I think he may need to do it 3 times, and in that AFC, it still might not be enough. But I'm all here for all the AFC quarterbacks, all hands on deck, saying that this is the year. And we haven't even talked about Mahomes coming back from an injury.
It's a great point. It is the mess around and find out mentality for Lamar. I specifically want that 40 race or competition or at least stopwatch out during the no media at the session. But somebody sees it through the bushes and then they tweet about it. And now we're just going off of it becomes like a fable at that point.
Aaron Donald one.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Listen, the Ravens, they're prolific top to bottom on paper. So talented on offense, on defense, new coaching staff in town. You guys were preparing for prediction week here. The AFC North, the Browns, what's going on? The Steelers, great quarterback. We're not sure what's going on at head coach either. And the Bengals, we can't figure them out. Are they your convincing AFC North champion at this point?
Ooh, great question, Jamie. From what I've seen in the clips, right now without revealing anything, I'm very, very high on the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I was high on them last year. Yeah. And I'm trying to just stop myself from just going all in again with the Baltimore Ravens. But it's hard when you're hearing reports that Lamar is in the best shape he's been since he got to the NFL. I saw clips yesterday of the joint practice between the Ravens and the Commanders and Kyle Hamilton having a pick. He's just disrupting everything. And that's after Sal Powell said, hey, watch out for Kyle Hamilton in this defense. He's going to be everywhere. So I am very high on the Baltimore Ravens. You're going to have to wait for prediction week to see just how high, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jamie, it's good. It's fun. We're just putting our toe in it right now. We know the deal. The Bengals is my wish for the Bengals this year, and this is how I'll know they're going to be dangerous, is that in one of the first opening games, if they win 21-17, those are the wins that Joe Burrow needs this year. Not 48-46. Not 75-70. If the Bengals can start winning games when Joe Burrow is just pretty good, that is a dangerous team because he can put up 48. If they can win games with 21 points, that's what scares me. And we don't get into Pittsburgh yet, who, by the way, is going to run the hell out of the ball, who has great wide receivers. Pittsburgh's going to matter too. Cleveland, no, but Pittsburgh, yes.
Okay, that's in the AFC North. Let's switch over to the NFC East. But, of course, these 2 teams that we're talking about, the Ravens and the Commanders, are competing against each other in a joint practice this week and, of course, in a game. Our guy, Sal Paolantonio, still cool to say, caught up with the other QB1, Jaden Daniels.
What are some of the ways this new system is going to help you be a quarterback in the NFL in year 3?
I just think just the onus of the system that they put on the quarterback. That system is getting into the right plays, checks, kills, things of that nature, stuff like that. So just football savvy, knowing what the premier play we want to get to versus this look and coverage and stuff like that. So it's been fun.
Got to protect yourself a little bit
You
more.
got to
Huh?
protect, yeah, for sure.
Definitely slide,
Yeah,
get
for
out of
sure.
bounds.
Yeah.
All that. I'm sure they're telling you that every day.
Yeah, they haven't, but you know, it's kind of what's understood don't need to be explained type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's good. Well, what will year 3 look like for you?
Not right now. I'm just trying to take a day at a time.
I got that.
But you know, the ultimate goal for not just myself, but for the team is to win games. So that whatever it takes to win a football game.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to steal Sal Powell's question. What will year 3 look like for Jayden Daniels and the Commanders? We hear Jayden's answer, Manti. What do you got?
Well, he said, take it a day at a time. That's what his response was to what it would look like for him. Let me tell you what it looked like for him in the week 2 of preseason when he played against the reserves for the Detroit Lions. It didn't look good. Matter of fact, that offensive line was letting defenders in so fast that it looked like those shoppers that got let loose in Best Buy on Black Friday. Like the guys that defense was just going crazy on the Washington Commanders. And I was a little concerned. Matter of fact, I was very concerned because this man, Jayden Daniels, right? He's never been under center. The worst thing you want to do is put him under center, and his first experience of being under center with his back to a defense is right when he turns his face, there's a defender in his face. And he's looking at his offensive coordinator, and David Baugh's like, this is why I don't like being under center. I want to be back there, so at least give me time, coach, to scramble. Now, that's one thing, that preseason game. The second thing is, did you see who they play, Jamie? Did you see what their schedule looks like?
Oh, here we go.
Just look at the first 5 games. Look at the first 6, 7 games, 8 games, 9, weeks 1 through 9. Look at that.
Left half of the screen.
You already know the division that they're in, right? I don't know what I'm getting out of the Giants, but what I'm hearing is that defense is looking scary. It's looking fast. Then you look at the latter end of that thing. It gets a little easier, not too much, but what does it look like? It's going to be a gauntlet for the Washington Commanders. And if they can shore up some of the things that I saw offensively, specifically in the offensive line, just give Jayden some time. Just allow him to turn his chest into his face to the defense and allow him to do what he does. It gives him a better chance because, again, week 2, Kyle, in that preseason game against the reserves for the Detroit Lions, it didn't look too promising.
No, it didn't. But my wish for Jayden, honestly, it's you start simple. I would love 17 starts this year. I would love that. I've been watching the Netflix show I've mentioned a few times for you guys, Quarterback. The low point of a terrible season last year for the Commanders is they lost 31-0 to the J.J. McCarthy Vikings. That actually happened. We didn't talk about it because it didn't matter. But Jayden Daniels was back out there recovering from injury and got injured again running the ball and dislocated his elbow, and it was gruesome and it was gross, and they lost 31-0 to the J.J. McCarthy Vikings. That can't happen. So I just want him out there. I would love to see how good he is. We can't have debates about is he good first year, what was it, is it really him, unless he's out there. So I have an idea on Good Morning Football. I have an idea that's something that we should take 2 storylines for 2 teams in the same division, and we should track them. I think we should track a season-long competition between Jayden Daniels and Jackson Dart. JD versus JD in who slides more. Who can have the most slides for the entire season? So let's say Jayden comes out hot in week 1. 2 slides, 0 for Jackson. That's a 2-0 lead. With Jackson, that might be insurmountable. I hope not, because I want both those guys out there. But considering the baggage and the injury and the guys putting their body at risk, I think it's a season-long who you got, place your bets. I'm sure there'll be an actual way we can bet on it. The 2 of them, who slides more this season? What are your guys' initial thoughts? Like, who will win the great slide out of 2026?
Before I ask that, KB, is jumping out of bounds count as a slide? Like if instead of turning back into the defender,
it's a good question.
Hopping out of bounds,
Protect yourself
does that
counter?
count into that category?
I think we should have a pure slide category and a clearly protecting yourself category.
Okay.
Where whatever it may be, let's say you're running around and it's 3rd and 15 and you decide to just go down and concede and punt, that would be in a protecting yourself category. So slide, it's like in fantasy, you get points for receptions and touchdowns. Yep. Here you get points for pure slides, which are the best one. And then also a clear attempt to go out of bounds or get down and avoid a hit.
I like that.
But my question is, like, who's the clubhouse favorite?
Jaden.
Who do you think will do it more? Because Jaden has one more year of experience. What do you think, Jamie?
Okay, I think the counter needs to be an actual thing that slides, because if they put themselves into a precarious situation and they do not slide, I think they got to be docked. I think we got to come down a tally on the slide counter, right?
A good point.
And you want to end up net positive.
Yes,
effectively.
I agree. Slides 1 point, step out of bounds or protect yourself is half a point. If you don't, full point deduction.
Taking a full
I agree.
point out.
I think it's going to be Jaden though.
We got to keep it simple. Like these scoring systems get so elaborate, and we're doing calculus. It's like I would say to them, guys, just keep it simple and get down. You don't need to do backwards hurdles and spins and stuff. But let's workshop this. In my opinion, the guy who will do it more, I think, is Jackson Dart. And maybe that's a crazy proclamation because he's young and he's a little nuts and cocksure and all that. But, like, he's been hammered left and right about it. Like, nonstop. Like, the number one coaching point for him is get down.
Yeah.
Jaden had a couple minutes with Sal Pal, and even Sal Pal's like, you got to protect yourself, right? Right, young man? He's like, yeah. So it's a pick 'em. But I think Jackson Dart has the shot to win this one.
See, I would go the other way. It's like when you first get your driver's license and your parents are like, don't speed.
Yeah.
Don't speed. And you're like, yeah, I got it. Until you get that first speeding ticket and or the first time you get pulled over and you have that, like, guilt in your sternum that you got to go home and tell your parents about it. Like, Jaden got actually hurt last season, had to miss an entire team's trip to Spain, for crying out loud, because of said injury. I'm not saying that Jackson Dart didn't get hurt, but he's so young, and I'm just not sure. I think he's actually nodding at everybody more so than Jaden actually felt it. He's lived it the way that, like, if you don't slide, like, that truly can affect your play and what people think of you.
Yeah, Dan Quinn felt it even more when he got hurt in that team. So, yeah, Jaden, I think it's going to be Jaden.
Mm-hmm. Quick, first time you got pulled over for speeding, what age?
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I never got pulled over.
KB?
Manti drives like 12 below the speed limit, nice and safe. But I know the island driving is a little bit differently. Like I've been to Oahu. It's a little different than the Chicago suburbs. But isn't this perfect segue, Jamie? We're talking about Jaden and Jackson and sliding, because the one person we don't want to hear from after they don't slide is Ian Rappaport. We don't want to hear about Jaden and Jackson and all that from Ian.